Hello friends, in this video we'll talk about predicate and predicate chaining. So in Java, predicate is basically a condition on the basis of which you can filter your stream data. Predicate is actually a functional interface that was introduced in Java 8 and you can use it when you are dealing with streams. Okay, so it basically represents a condition with which you can filter your data. For this demo, I've created a sample class, which is this customer class. It has 4 attributes: customer ID, name, date of birth, and address. It has a set of getters, okay, and then I've implemented toString method so that whenever I print my list data, it is more readable. Okay, for this demo, I've created this list which contains our sample customer data. Okay, and we'll be playing around with this list and we'll be filtering its data on the basis of different predicates. Okay, so let's start with a simple example. Suppose I want to filter the customer data on the basis of their names. So let me filter out the customers whose names start with S. So how can I do that? Customers dot stream dot filter. Okay, now if you see the signature of this filter method, it basically takes a predicate, okay, as an argument. So it basically takes a condition. So if I basically say that x dot get name, my customer dot get name starts with S. Okay, so I collect the data. And I can assign it to a local variable. Okay, now if I print this data, okay, and if I run this main method now, you'll basically see that I'll only get customers whose name starts with S. So Sheldon, Samantha, and Slack, right? So you can see that this filter actually filters data on the basis of this condition. Now let me create a predicate from this filter condition. Okay, so if I assign it to a predicate, so I create a predicate with name predicate. This is okay, and I assign the same condition to my name predicate, and if I run this method again, you will basically get the same result. Okay, now let me create one more predicate. This would be DOB, date of birth predicate, and it will act on a date object. So suppose I want to filter dates after 1990. So I only want customers who were born after 1990. Okay, so I'll be using this DOB predicate for that. Okay, so I basically say dot get DOB, and after this, okay, now I basically have two predicates. One is the name predicate, the other one is date of birth. Okay, let me just show you. If I run the same condition with date of birth predicate, what is the result? Okay, so if I run it, I'll get all the customers whose date of birth is actually greater than 1st of Jan 1990. So here are the customers here are the customer names which I got. Okay, so each one of them have date of birth after 1990. Okay, now let's play around with these predicates. Okay, let's chain them and let's see what the result is. Now if I say dot and I chain this with name predicate. Okay, now what I'm saying is I need all the customers whose date of birth is after 1st of Jan 1990 and their name starts with S. Okay, so I have chained these two predicate together. Now if you run it, we have just got two results, Samantha and Slack, and their date of birth is after 1990, 1st of Jan 1990, right? You can also use OR with it. Okay, so it will basically print the customers whose date of birth is after 1990, and if there are some customers whose name basically starts with S but their date of birth is not after 1990, you will get those results as well. See, so if you have a look at the result, Sheldon's date of birth is on August 19, 1985. So we even got this result because it satisfies the second criteria. Okay. Now let's explore this concept of filter chaining more. Suppose you have a method, right, which returns a list of customers, okay, and it filters the customers, filter customers on the basis of some predicates. Okay, so it takes a customer list and it will basically apply those filters on this list. Okay, and it takes a list of predicates. Now what you can do is, in your customer list, you can basically say returns customer list dot filter, customer list dot stream dot filter, and then you can actually pass what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to join my predicates together, okay, and I'm joining them with AND operator. Okay, I need to collect this data into a list. So basically what I'm saying here is that all the predicates in this method needs to be joined together with AND operator, and this is actually my initial condition. So you have to be a bit cautious about this initial condition, because if you are joining your predicates with and if your initial condition is false, then your result is going to be false, right? Because if you do AND of false with any other condition, the result will always be false. Okay, if I convert this to OR and then this is true, it means that your result will also always be true, because whenever you do OR of true with any other condition, the result will always be true. Okay, so in that case, this filter will not block any data, right? Because you are using OR operator and your initial condition is true, so it will allow all the data to flow through it. Okay, let me change it back to and let's call this method. Okay, I'll have to first make it static and I'll call it from here. Filter customers, I'll pass my customers list here, and then I can basically say arrays dot as list, my dob predicate and my name predicate. Okay, now if I run this, you'll basically see I got only the customers whose name starts with S and their date of birth is greater than 1st of Jan 1990. Okay, if I change it to false As I've already explained you that if I change it to false, it will actually block all my data because you are doing and of your predicates, and this is actually your initial condition, right? So your initial condition is false, so whatever the result of this operation is, it's always going to be false. So if I run this, you'll not get any data. See, okay. Now if I change this to or and I change it to and, in that case I change it to true. Okay, in that case your filter will actually not filter any data because your initial condition is true. That means whatever you are joining together with or operator, the result will always be true. So your filter will not work and it will allow all the data to pass through it. So if I run it now, so you'll get all the 12 customers. See, okay. Now let me change it back to and. Now let's change the type of arguments in my method. Instead of taking a list, let me change it to varargs. Okay, and from here I can just pass my predicates. In that case, you basically have to use the stream class. Okay, stream of, and then you can basically pass predicates here and it will work exactly the same way. So friends, this is how filter chaining works. I came across this concept of filter chaining very recently, so I thought of sharing the knowledge that I've gained with all of you. If you like the content of this video, please like and subscribe. If you have suggestions for me, please do put them in the comment section of this video. I will soon come up with more videos on software development and competitive programming. Till then, goodbye.